Well, most parents can relate to the ongoing balancing act of screen time, and there are fears it's a losing battle to the point where we could be raising a generation of digital addicts. Here to run through the warning to parents is business psychologist Vanessa Verschoor. Good afternoon to you, Vanessa.
Good afternoon, Tracy.
You have gone as far as to brand too much screen time as digital heroine. Is it that bad?
It is. Look, excessive use of screen time kickstarts the pleasure centres in our brain, releasing intense amounts of dopamine, very much the same as heroin entering the bloodstream, and having some really deleterious effects on behaviours such as social withdrawal, anxiety, loneliness, suicide ideation, etc. 1 in 10 university students are addicts, and teenagers are probably the fastest growing segment. So if you want to be a parent with a 40-year-old virgin sitting on your sofa with no life, then give them a tabloid, give them an iPad and kickstart their journey.
Okay, before it gets to that point, how quickly can a habit like this become an addiction?
Great question. Look, it really depends on personality and temperament. For some, it can be instantaneous, just like that. For others, it can be like forming a bad habit. So around 28 days is typically the norm.
And given it's virtually everywhere, not keeping up with technology can actually put you in at a disadvantage these days. So where does it cross that line into excessive or unhealthy use?
Look, I think there's a fine line because obviously I'm not saying ban technology. It's part of everyday life. But parents are unwittingly taking their children down a journey where they're going to cause a lot of damage in the future and really affect their lives. I mean, you only have to go to Miss Maud's on a Saturday and see the kid with the Tiny Tots meal and the iPad that they're sitting in front of. And look, screen time is really about being mindful of how much is actually not going to hurt your children. So from 0 to 2, it's 0.
Okay.
From 2 to 5, it's 2. From 5 to 12, no more than 2 hours, Tracy.
Okay. Well, but parents often do use screen time as a reward or incentive, you know, even to, I guess, give them 20 minutes of spare time so they can sort some chores out in the house. What's your take on that kind of practice?
Look, I think that it's probably a little bit of laziness, although I do understand it being a parent myself. What about making more healthier choices? So why don't you get them doing an outdoor activity, give them as a reward some extra playtime, make them their favourite meal. You know, find something that's healthier to reward the behaviour in a different way that doesn't involve technology.
Okay. So what are your 5 digital detox tips, Vanessa?
Yeah, so the first thing is really as a parent, you've got to model appropriate screen time. The second thing is get your kids out being physically fit and actually engaging with real people. What a concept. Look, have screen-free zones in the home as well where technology is not allowed. A central charging station as well is really helpful. Teaching your kids relaxation techniques and yoga. But also there are specialists out there. So if you are looking for some help with your kids around this type of technology issue, you can contact myself or Donna, hello@reinventionconsulting.com.au, and we can actually point you in the